Supabase has just released a UI library and it has full stack blocks using shadcn plus Supabase. They're using the shadcn registry, meaning we have only one npx command in order to install one block with the whole front end plus backend. So we can have this whole password-based authentication with only one installation command. Then we have these real-time cursors, file upload. I think this is really useful to have file upload with one command. This is something you are almost always struggling to do. Then we have the current user avatar. So everything here is coming basically from the Supabase backend. So if you're using Supabase, if you love Supabase, this is definitely going to be interesting for you. Let's try to install this password-based authentication block. On my local host, I have a fresh copy of Next.js up and running. So everything we need to do is to go to this password-based authentication block and take this npx shadcn latest add command. So I'm going to copy that one and I'm going to paste it directly inside of my terminal, Supabase UI, that is the name of my Next.js project. I'm pasting the command and I'm pressing enter. So now what's happening is we are installing shadcn from scratch. So I'm going to choose here stone color. So we are writing components.json file. I'm going to force React 19 and all of our files that we need are going to be added to our project. So we can see here, we have the login page, error page, protected page, confirm route. We have everything that is needed both for our backend and for our front end. We can now restart our Next.js here. I'm running again pm dev. And if we go to our local host, we can see that we need our next public Supabase URL and next public Supabase anonymous key. So I'm going to my Supabase dashboard. You can do this for free. You don't need to pay anything. Just create a project. I created Supabase UI and here I can take my URL. So I'm going to my code. Here I'm going to create a new env file and we can even see here in the documentation, if we go down in the usage, we can see that we need these two environment variables. So I'm going to paste that in here and now from my Supabase dashboard I'm taking the URL and after that I'm going to take this one, the unknown public key, and you need to hide this one from others. I'm now copy pasting, but I'm going to delete this project. And now if we go to my browser and here refresh, we need to restart it once again because we added new environment variables. So let's see now, we need to find which page we need to open. That's app, auth, and then login. Okay, so here we are going to the auth login, this page right here. And we have here our shadcn page and this one should work also for the backend and we should get the whole authentication logic with Supabase. So let's try to sign up. I'm going to use my orcdev@gmail.com and 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Okay, sign up and passwords don't match. Damn, here it is. Now it's good. Okay, thank you for signing up and now I should even get an email. So here it is. Confirm your sign up. Follow this link to confirm user. So I can get this link right here. And we should also get the confirmation. Hello, orcdev@gmail.com. It's even working now. I'm logged in currently on my account. So I can now log out and go and log in here again. gmail.com 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Login. And there it is. So we have the whole logic working and now we can start our project with the Supabase authentication. We have shadcn and we can continue and even here use other components. They have bunch of blocks. So this is really a great addition if you like Supabase, of course, and if you'd like to use Supabase, that you create something fast with both backend and frontend working at the same time. I really love shadcn registry and that whole approach where you're getting a bunch of stuff with only one command. Tell me in the comments what do you think about it, and for more content like this, join the mighty Horde, subscribe.